Good evening, Mavericks and Lethbridge Bulls fans, and welcome back to another Mavericks live stream. Today we have the 33-7 first place Western Major Baseball League leading MHMavericks taking on the fourth place team in the Western Division, the Lethbridge Bulls. This is the fifth meeting of the season between these two teams, with the Mavericks currently holding a 4-0 series lead. The Mavericks have beaten the Bulls 8-5, 9-7, 15-5, and 13-5 so far this year in their four meetings. Mavericks come into this game 8-2 in their last 10 games and have won 3 games in a row. The Mavericks have a 4.5 game lead over the second place Okotoks Dogs, who are 29-12. Bulls will be looking for a win tonight as they are currently holding on to the final playoff spot in the division. They are currently 19-23 and are 6-4 in their last 10 games, having won 4 in a row. Caleb Warden has been dominant at the plate for the Bulls this season, leading the league in average with a 3.78 batting average and 59 hits with 6 home runs and 37 RBI. Dylan Borman has cashed in many runs as well. He has 35 RBI on 7 home runs and 9 doubles and 47 hits. Hank Forrest, the leadoff batter for the Bulls, has been very consistent at the plate as well, also tallying 47 hits so far this year with 9 doubles and 18 RBI. Caleb Warden, Dylan Borman, and Lachlan Mayo lead the team in runs with 38, 31, and 30 respectively. Some batting stats for the MHMavericks. Carson Johnson and Colton Wright have climbed the league for average, sitting in 5th and 6th respectively with a 3.61 batting average for Johnson and a 3.59 for Colton Wright. Sal Rodriguez is still in 9th place in the entire Western Major Baseball League with a 3.48 batting average. Carson Johnson leads the league in runs with 54. David Salguero is in 3rd with 46, and Colton Wright is in 5th with 37. Carson Johnson is tied for 5th in the league in hits with 53. Salguero and Wright are tied for 7th with 51 each. David Salguero, Nolan Radai, and Zach Gray are all tied for 2nd in the league with 12 doubles, and David Salguero is tied for 2nd in triples with 3. David Vilches, Louis Canjura, and Jackson Hoagie are all tied for 3rd with 2. Colton Wright is tied for 3rd in RBI with 40. Zach Gray is tied for 7th with 34, and Louis Canjura is tied for 8th with 33. Colton Wright is tied for 6th in the league with 6 home runs. David Salguero is tied for 2nd in the league in stolen bases with 24. And for the pitchers, Barry Kane is tied for 1st in the league with 6 wins. Junpei Akanuma and Jared Lidke are tied for 2nd with 5. Matt Brooks and Alex Defoe are tied for 3rd with 4 wins. Tyler Shumpert is in 3rd in the league with 6 saves so far this year. And Alex Defoe is 7th in the league in ERA with a 2.19. Matt Brooks is 10th with a 2.33 ERA. And Junpei Akanuma is 11th in the league with 2.54. Barry Kane is tied for 10th in the league with 41 strikeouts. Tonight we have the MHMavericks and the Lethbridge Bulls on Girl Power Night here at Athletic Park. Tonight at Athletic Park, we are celebrating all that girls and women alike bring to God's green earth. Everything that they do is more than recognized, and the Mavericks will be wearing special pink jerseys to honor them. These jerseys will go up for sale after the 3rd inning in support of the Canadian Cancer Foundation for breast cancer. The jerseys will be up for sale here at Athletic Park. Many of them have already been purchased. I'm sure these ones will sell out right away. They're pink jerseys with a unicorn as the logo, and the hair is rainbow colored. If you want to get a closer look at them, look on our Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook pages to get a good look closely at these nice pink jerseys that the Mavericks will be wearing tonight in support of girl power and breast cancer. Starting lineup for the visiting Lethbridge Bulls. Batting first and playing center field tonight for the Bulls is number 7, Hank Forrest. Batting second is second baseman number 3, Ashton Roy. Caleb Warden, number 4, is playing first base and bats 3rd. And batting fourth is number 23, Dylan Borman, third baseman. And in the number 5 spot is right fielder number 9, Dustin Braun. And in the 6th spot is number 22, Jarrett Semenuk, DHing tonight for the Bulls. And in the 7th spot is Jesse Hilliard, number 30, left fielder. And catcher number 24, Carter Whitbeck, is batting 8th. Nick Ankerman, the shortstop, number 5, is batting 9th for the Bulls tonight. And Cale Penner, number 44, is pitching. For the Mavericks, starting off is number 2, David Salguero, playing center field. And in the number 2 spot is number 5, the shortstop, Carson Johnson. And batting 3rd is number 25, Colton Wright, catching tonight. And DHing for the Mavericks, batting 4th is number 20, Sal Rodriguez. And batting 5th is number 31, playing first base, Zach Gray. And in the 6th spot, it's the second baseman, number 1, Nolan Radeye. Bottom of the order, batting 7th is number 4, Louis Canjura, playing third base. And in the 8 9 spots, it's the corner outfielders. In right field is number 9, Jordan Dre. And in left field is number 18, Jackson Hoagie. Pitching for the Mavericks is number 19, Junpei Akanuma. Starting lineup is about to be announced now, with the national anthem coming up right after. We'll be underway here at Athletic Park in just about 8 minutes.
Number 5 at shortstop, we have Carson Johnson, accompanied with Sutton Provost and Emily Williams. Number 25 playing catcher, we've got Colton Wright with Kinsey Provost. Number 20, the designated hitter, Sal Rodriguez, we have with Jaden Denson. Number 31, first base, Zach Gray, accompanied by Rain Hall. Number 1 plays second base, Nolan Radeye, with Brooklyn Kestra. Number 4, Louis Canjura, playing second base with Rayleigh Jacqui. With number 9 at third, right field, Jordan Dre with Merrick Holdar. Opening maps, number 18 left fielder Jackson Hoagie, and number 19 our pitcher, Junpei Akanuma. Also in the field we have the coaches for the Blue Bulldogs, Rose Pollard, Renee Materi, Jasper Williams. Also joining managers Krista Provost and Rebecca Jacqui. For head coach for the Mavs, we have Andrew Murphy. The assistant coach, we have Phelan Lentini and Kyle Swona. Fans, we ask you to please stand and remove your hats and join Tracy Bitts in the singing of O Canada.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Fans, I would like to direct you to the pitcher's mound to welcome Caitlin Ross and Andy Supine to throw ceremonial pitches on behalf of Medicine Hat Mall. Caitlin Ross is 17 years old and she currently attends Apple Murray College of Notre Dame in Wilcox, Saskatchewan. As a multi-sport athlete, she plays men's baseball, women's softball, and is a member of the AAA Hounds. Playing for the KFC Knights in the American Legion League, this year she's traveled to Montreal to play underage on Team Alberta and Baseball Canada's Women's Invitational Championship Caitlin was one of the 20 players selected for Team Canada and only one of 2 catchers that made the team. Team Canada will be participating in the Women's Baseball World Cup in Florida next month. Accompanying her on the mound, we have Andy Supon, 13 years of age, a member of the U14 Junior AA Thunder, and is also a member of the U14 Team Alberta, where she'll be heading to the U14 Western Championship next month. She will then fly to Nova Scotia to play on the U16 Team Alberta for Nationals. She's very excited for this opportunity, and Andy turns 14 this Saturday and will be celebrating by playing with her Thunder team in Calgary. Congratulations, Andy!
We are about to get underway here at Athletic Park between the MHMavericks and the Lethbridge Bulls. Mavericks taking the field tonight in the pink jerseys in support of Girl Power. This effort is in support of the Canadian Cancer Foundation in support of breast cancer. Mavericks will be wearing the pink jerseys for the first 3 innings, and then we'll go back to the regular home jerseys after the third. After the third inning, the jerseys will be up for sale here at Athletic Park. On the mound for the Mavericks this evening is Junpai Akanuma. Akanuma is making his 8th start of the season. In 7 starts so far for the Mavericks, Akanuma has pitched 41 in the 3rd innings. He's only given up 34 hits and 18 runs, 15 of them earned. He's walked only 8 batters and has 29 strikeouts. Akanuma has a 5-1 record and has an ERA of 2.54. Defense behind Akanuma tonight for the Mavericks. Catching is Colton Wright. On third base is Louis Canjura with Carson Johnson playing shortstop. And Nolan Rada is playing second with Zach Gray on first base. It's the regular infield for the Mavericks. In the outfield playing left field is Jackson Hoagie with David Salguero taking his regular spot in center. And Jordan Dre out there in right field. Seems to be the common outfield for the Mavericks heading into the postseason. Top of the order for the Bulls will be Hank Forrest, Ashton Roy, and Caleb Warden. Hank Forrest is hitting .288 this year with 47 hits. Forrest has scored 28 runs as well. Ashton Roy is hitting .296 with 42 hits, 22 runs, 3 home runs, and 28 RBI. And Caleb Warden, who leads the entire league in average. He's batting third with a .378 average, 59 hits and 38 runs. He has 6 home runs and 37 RBI as well. Dylan Borman will be batting fourth. He's the cleanup hitter. He has 7 home runs this year with 35 RBI. We're about to get ready for the first pitch here at Athletic Park. It's 7:04 p.m. local time. And Akanuma throws a dart down the middle. It's strike 1. Hank Forrest watches the first one go by here in the top of the first. And it's 2 straight strikes called on the plate. And it's an 0-2 count. Hank Forrest watching the first 2 go by. Akanuma finding the bottom corner that time, keeping it away from him. And Hank Forrest is going to dribble this one up the middle, and it's going to get by Carson Johnson. It's a leadoff base hit for number 7, Hank Forrest. 1 up, 1 on for the Bulls here in the first inning. Base hit, ground ball up the middle for Hank Forrest. It just got past Carson Johnson on shortstop. And Ashton Roy will step up to the plate with a runner on for the Bulls. First pitch in this at bat is inside. It's a 1-0 count to Ashton Roy. Roy batting second for the Bulls. .296 on the year and 42 hits. He has 4 doubles and 3 home runs. And he's going to hit this one up the middle towards Johnson. He makes a play there. He steps on the second base and throws on over for the 6-3 double play. 2 gone now for the Bulls here in the first inning.
It's number 4, Caleb Warden.
Carson Johnson makes the scoop and steps on the base and throws on over to Zach Gray. Good individual play from the Mavericks shortstop. Now 2 outs here in the first inning. Caleb Warden, the league leader in average, is at the plate now, and he's going to fly this one towards Johnson. He makes a leaping grab. Ward was first pitch swinging, and he hit a line drive that was heading to left center. Carson Johnson with 2 remarkable plays here in the first inning to get us into the bottom of the first, still scoreless. Individual double play effort and then a leaping grab for the 6th unassisted. 1 hit for the Bulls there in the top of the first. Still no score. And it'll be David Salguero, Carson Johnson, and Colton Wright up first for the Mavericks here in the bottom of the first inning. Cale Penner will step onto the mound this evening for the Bulls. Penner is making his 11th appearance of the season. He's pitched in 10 games. He's only made 1 start so far. So in his 11th appearance and 2nd start, Penner so far has pitched 27 innings this year, giving up 24 hits, 22 runs, 17 of them earned, and 9 walks. He has struck out 22 batters in 27 innings with a 1-3 record. Penner has a 4.40 ERA. The defense behind Penner, it'll be Carter Whitbeck behind the plate catching. And on third base, it's Dylan Borman, the shortstop, Nick Ankerman. Second baseman is Ashton Roy, and playing first base is Caleb Warden. In the outfield is Jesse Hilliard. Playing center is Hank Forrest, and right fielder is Dustin Braun. Salguero is stepping up to the batter's box here to lead off the bottom of the first inning for the Mavericks. Salguero is second on the entire Mavericks roster with 51 hits so far this year. 51 hits, 46 runs, 12 doubles, 3 triples, and a home run. That home run being a grand slam at Athletic Park earlier in the season. He's been the leadoff hitter all year, and it's proved to be great dividends with those 51 hits and 46 runs. Carson Johnson is on deck for the Mavericks, and he's batted behind Salguero all year. Johnson has just as many hits and runs as well. He has 53 hits and 54 runs himself. Foul ball from Salguero. Makes it a 1-2 count at the plate.
Your batter, who do you think?
The number 4 batter, Borman. Next up. 2-2 at the plate. Now, as the 4th pitch was in the dirt. 2-2 to the leadoff batter for the Mavericks here in the bottom of the first inning. And Salguero is going to line this one towards third base. Dylan Borman makes the leaping grab, just as good as Carson Johnson's in the top of the first. 1 gone now in the bottom of the first inning. Leadoff batter is retired, so nobody's on, and Carson Johnson will step up to the plate. Carson Johnson, he leads the Mavericks this year with 53 hits, and he leads the entire league with 54 runs. He also has 8 doubles and 26 RBI. He's hitting .361 this year. Watches the first 2 pitches from Penner go by. Outside, it's 2-0. And Johnson's going to hit this one hard into center field. Doesn't get away from Hank Forrest. He just has to back up a little bit for it. And there's now 2 gone for the Mavericks. Johnson lines out to Hank Forrest in center field. Now in the batter's box for the first time this evening, catching tonight for the Mavericks is number 25, Colton Wright. Steps up to the plate with 2 gone and nobody on for the Mavericks. Colton Wright has 6 home runs and 40 RBI this season. He leads the Mavericks in both categories. Wright also has 50 hits this year. He's eclipsed the 50 mark along with David Salguero and Carson Johnson. Top of the order for the Mavericks, combined for 154 hits so far this year.
They're calling 60% for tonight, so that's technically anytime after 6.
2-0 count at the plate. Second straight 2-0 count from Cale Penner. And third pitch is inside. In the strike zone, it's 2-1. 3-1 now as the slider keeps drifting outside of the plate. 3 balls, 1 strike. Colton Wright watching them all go by so far. He hasn't swung at anything. And he'll swing on that and fly it into right field. Is going to find some grass. It's a base hit for the Mavericks. First hit of the game for Medicine Hat. It's a base hit for Colton Wright. And Sal Rodriguez is going to step up to the plate with 2 gone and 1 runner on the base pass for the Mavericks. Sal Rodriguez is top 10 in average in the league. He's hitting .348 this season. Colton Wright on first base for the Mavericks, and there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Rodriguez is hitting .348 with 39 hits, 1 more to eclipse 40. 27 runs, 7 doubles. He's been hitting a lot of doubles recently. He's been hitting it far into the outfield, up to the wall, most at bats. 4 home runs as well, and 25 RBI on the year. 1-1. Penner finds the outside corner.
Just gotta use the diaphragm. Use that voice.
One ball, 1 strike at the plate. Zach Gray on deck for the Mavericks. And it's 2-1. Third pitch from Penner is down low. Sal Rodriguez watches it go by, being patient at the plate and waiting for his pitch to possibly get his team on board first here in the first inning. 2-2. The fourth pitch finds that inside corner, very close to being a ball, just about inside of the plate. Painted a line, and the count is now 2-2. Rodriguez watching them all go by as well. Colton Wright takes off for second. It's a hit and run opportunity, and the ball is going to be bobbled by the shortstop, Nick Anchorman, and Rodriguez is on first. Colton Wright advances to second, and Sal Rodriguez gets on first from the error. 2 on now for the Mavericks here in the first inning.
Batting fifth for our Medicine Hat Mavs, it's Zach Gray.
Zach Gray steps up to the plate now with 2 on and 2 gone here in the first inning. Watches the first pitch go by, down low, it's 1-0. Colton Wright on second, Sal Rodriguez on first after the error from Nick Anchorman. Zach Gray is hitting .312 this year with 39 hits. He's also 1 away from 40, just like Sal Rodriguez. And Gray is going to pop this one up high in the air towards left field. Jesse Hilliard is under it. He'll make the grab. And we're through 1 complete. 1 hit for either side and no runs.
And we are scoreless after the first inning. Tonight's game
Zach Gray flies out to Jesse Hilliard in left field to end the first inning. 1 hit for the Mavericks. 1 hit for the Bulls as well. No score between either side.
for the Bulls comes up. That is your budget lines beer batter. The strike 10 minutes. Special prize silent service for every budget.
Up in the second inning, it'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters for the Bulls, the middle of the order. Junpei Akanuma sat him down 1, 2, 3 in the first. So it'll be Dylan Borman, Dustin Braun, and Jared Semenuk, third baseman, right fielder, and designated hitter for the Bulls. Dylan Borman is hitting .311 this year, and he'll lead us off in the second inning. 47 hits so far for Borman and 7 home runs, 35 RBI. Dustin Braun this year is hitting .281 with 18 hits in 18 games played. He has 2 home runs as well and 10 RBI. And Jared Semenuk, who is a designated hitter, doesn't have to do much but bat today. He's hitting .426 in 24 games played. He has 29 hits so far, 12 runs and 9 RBI. Junpei Akanuma got through the first 1, 2, 3. He gave up 1 hit, no runs or walks in the first. He only threw 6 pitches, 1 ball, and 5 strikes to get the 3 outs he needed. 2 spectacular plays from the shortstop Carson Johnson in the top of the first. 1, a 6-3 double play, made the scoop, stepped on the base and threw it on over to first. And to get the third out, a leaping grab on a line drive that was headed for left center. We'll see what the Mavericks defense can do here in a second to try and keep the Bulls still scoreless. Dylan Borman steps up to the batter's box to lead us off here in the second inning. And the first pitch is way inside, down low. It's a 1-0 count. 1-0 count to Borman. And Borman's going to hit this one hard into left field. Line drive. He's turning first. He's going for second. Throw comes in, but he's in there for a stand-up double to lead off the top of the second inning for the Bulls. Dylan Borman with hit number 48 on the season. It's a leadoff double. 1 runner in scoring position now for the Bulls, and Dustin Braun is at the plate. One on, nobody out for the Bulls. Dustin Braun, the right fielder, in the batter's box, and he watches the first pitch go by. Another pitch down low from Junpei Akanuma. It's 1-0 again. Second pitch outside. 2 straight balls at the plate. Makes it 2-0. Two balls, no strikes so far on this at-bat to the right fielder, Dustin Braun. Dylan Borman is on second base for the Bulls here in the second inning. And it's 2-1. JP gets one in the strike zone that time. Is it 2-1? The ump was calling 2-2 there. Two-1 count. Akanuma with the fourth pitch. And Braun will swing right through it on the outside cutter. 2-2 now. Akanuma looking for his first strikeout of the game. Two and two, and Braun's going to ground this one towards the third baseman, Louis Canjura. Braun's going to run that out. Runner will advance, and it's a base hit for Dustin Braun. 2 on now for the Bulls. Weak little grounder that time from Dustin Braun. He didn't get all the ball. Ground ball. Got him on first base. There's now runners on the corners for the Bulls here in the second inning with nobody out. Runners on the corners, and there's nobody out here in the top of the second. Junpei Akanuma caught himself in a little bit of a jam here. Dylan Borman on third and Dustin Braun on first base. Jared Semenuk, the designated hitter who's hitting .426 this season, is at the plate. Good batter to have in the batter's box for if you're looking to cash him in scoring position. One and 0, the pitch is outside. And the pitch is over to first. It's close, but Dustin Braun is safe. One ball, no strikes. Junpei Akanuma turns attention back to the plate. And he'll ground out to Zach Gray. He'll step on the base and throw to second. And he's out at second. It's a double play, but the run comes in. Dylan Borman will score to make it 1-0 for the Bulls, but it's now 2 out here in the second inning. 3-6 double play. Scores the run. Saw a 6-3 double play in the first inning and a 3-6 reverse force double play here in the second.
Reverse force.
That's what it says in the point streak.
I know, that's good, though, but it is a reverse force.
Jesse Hilliard now batting for the Bulls. 1-0 here in the second inning. Fouls it off right into Colton Wright, and that makes the count 1-1. Wright's gonna have to walk that off.
Days like that, it's when you want to take days off from break.
Yeah, that's right. You just take days off of work.
Saying something like dare the force be with you, or
1-1, 2 outs here in the top of the second. Bulls with a 1-0 lead over the Mavericks. Jesse Hilliard, the left fielder, at the plate for the Bulls. Junpei Akanuma has given up 2 hits this inning. A double to Dylan Borman and a single to Dustin Braun. Jared Semenuk with the RBI when he grounded in to a double play. And Hilliard's going to fly this one high in the air in the infield. Louis Kanjura is under it. That's 3 outs in the top of the second. 5 unassisted. And we're going into the bottom of the second inning with the Bulls leading the Mavericks 1-0. Mavericks had 5 batters come up to the plate in the first inning, so it'll be the 6, 7, 8 hitters here in the second. Nolan Radai, Louis Kanjura, and Jordan Dre will be the order here in the second inning to face off against Cale Penner. Cale Penner, so far through 1 inning, has given up no runs on 1 hit and no walks. Penner threw 20 pitches, 10 balls, and 10 strikes in the first inning. Nolan Radai will lead us off. Radai is hitting .313 this year, 41 hits and 28 runs. He also has 1 home run and 26 RBI. Louis Kanjura is hitting .272. He has 43 hits and 34 runs, 32 RBI, and 5 doubles so far. Nolan Radai has 12 doubles to his name. And Jordan Dre, who's had a very hot bat as of late, has increased his batting average all the way up to .342 on the year so far. He has 25 hits and 22 runs, 4 home runs, and 16 RBI. Those 4 home runs coming in just about the last month of the year. Nobody's been as hot as him in the Mavericks lineup. Nolan Radai steps up to the batter's box to kick off this bottom of the second. Mavericks are currently down 1-0 to the Southern Alberta rivals, the Lethbridge Bulls. Bulls so far with 3 hits and Red-Eye and the Mavericks only with one so far. That's coming from Colton Wright. He flared one into right field in the first inning. First pitch is inside. It's 1-0. And same goes for the second pitch. That one just up high as well. It's 2-0 at the plate. Red-Eye not taking the bat off his shoulder. He's watching everything go by. Good decision from him. Watches 3 straight balls go by at the plate. It's 3-0. And it's strike one of the at-bat. Called strike on the inside corner. Makes the count 3-1. And Red-Eye is going to be walked in 5 pitches. Leadoff batter here in the second inning gets aboard for the Mavericks. 1 on, nobody out, and Louis Canjura is going to step up to the plate now. Canjura with 43 hits and 34 runs. He also has 1 home run this season and 32 RBI. Mavericks with only 27 home runs so far this year in 40 games. Luckily for them, they've been hitting the ball around the park like crazy with 454 hits.
Did you just make that word? Stats don't lie. Analytics, man. Stats don't lie.
0-1 count at the plate. Mavericks with 454 hits so far through 40 games and 356 runs. Impressive stats for only having 27 home runs and your team leader having 6. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
No balls, 2 strikes at the plate. And it's another check on first. Red-Eye is safe again.
No. Lethbridge could leapfrog Edmonton tonight, I think.
And Canjura hits this one up the middle off the pitcher. And it's a double play from the Bulls. 6-3 again.
1-6.
You count that? It just went off his ankle. He didn't actually make the play. 1-6-3 double play.
I always give a pitcher stat when they touch the ball and they get an out. Come on.
And Jordan Dre is now at the plate for the Mavericks with 2 outs here in the second inning. And Dre is going to hit this one hard towards Dylan Borman at third base. He'll make the play at first. And that's now 3 outs. In the bottom of the second, we're through 2. Bulls still lead 1-0. One nothing for the Lethbridge Bulls going into the top of the third inning. Bulls with 3 hits so far. Mavericks still only with 1. Here in the third inning, it'll be the 8-9-1 hitters for the Bulls. Carter Whitbeck, the catcher. Nick Gankerman playing shortstop, and the center fielder, Hank Forrest. Hank Forrest is already 1 for 1 so far this game. Junpai Akanuma, through 2 innings, have given up 1 run on 3 hits. No walks or strikeouts for Akanuma so far. He's thrown 19 pitches, 6 runs, 6 balls, and 13 strikes. Yeah, Garth. Carter Whitbeck, the number 8 hitter in the lineup for the Bulls, will lead us off. Whitbeck is hitting .248. He's the only batter in the lineup tonight for the Bulls, hitting under .250. Whitbeck has 26 hits and 11 runs so far this year. 2 home runs, 11 RBI. Nick Anchorman's hitting .264. He's batting 9th with 19 hits and 15 runs. 3 doubles for him and 10 RBI. First pitch is in here in the 3rd inning. And Whitbeck is going to line this one into left field, foul territory. Foul ball makes it 0-1. Oh-1 count to Carter Whitbeck, the leadoff batter for the Bulls in the 3rd inning, and it's a called strike on the second pitch slider. 0-2 now on the called strike after the foul ball. And Whitbeck will go down looking. 1 out now here in the top of the 3rd. Junpai Akanuma with his first strikeout of the evening. One up, 1 down here in the 3rd inning. And the shortstop, Nick Anchorman, steps up to the plate. Call strike on the first pitch on the outside corner makes the count 0-1.
Hello, Kimmy, can you talk to me?
And this one's going to be flied high into right field, just behind the infield. Nolan Radai backs onto it. He'll make the grab, and that's 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. Akanuma getting through them quickly. Through 2 2/3. He's only thrown 26 pitches.
Brother number 7, Hank Forrest.
Top of the order now for the Bulls. Hank Forrest steps up to the plate again. He singled in the 1st inning. Watches the first pitch go by on the outside corner. Called strike, it's 0-1. 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. And Hank Forrest is going to line this one into left field. He's 2 for 2. Two base hits so far this game.
Ready to play for the Bulls, we have number 3, Ashton Roy.
Hank Forrest with 2 hits now already in the 3rd inning. 2 outs for the Bulls with 1 on, and Ashton Roy is at the plate. Ashton Roy grounded into a 6-3 double play in the 1st inning. We'll see if he can have better success here at the plate here in the 3rd. Roy will swing through the first offering from Akanuma. Gets behind 0-1. And it's a foul ball from Ashton Roy. That'll make the count 0-2. Roy hitting .295 this season, so looking for his first hit of the game. One and 2 as Akanuma throws one in the dirt. Golden Ray will block it, and Hank Forrest will stay on first base. Count advanced.
And you're out there?
Ashton Roy with 42 hits so far this year. And he'll hit this one high and deep into left field. Jackson Hoagie's going to get under it. And that's it for the top of the 3rd inning. Bulls get no runs on 1 hit. They have 4 hits now through 3 innings. 1-0 for Lethbridge going into the bottom of the 3rd. where it'll be the 9-1-2 hitters for the Mavericks, Jackson Hoagie, David Salguero, and Carson Johnson. David Salguero and Carson Johnson are both 0 for 1 this game. Jackson Hoagie will step up to the plate for the first time. Cale Penner steps onto the mound here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So far, through 2 innings, he's given up 1 hit, 1 walk, and no runs to the Mavericks. 30 pitches thrown from Penner in 2 innings. 15 balls, and for 15 strikes. Jackson Hoagie will lead us off here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. He's hitting .286 this year with 24 hits in 24 games, 15 runs. He has 4 doubles and 2 triples. No home runs yet, but 21 RBI. Jackson Hoagie to lead us off. Mavericks with 1 hit so far through 2 innings.
Leading up the mound in the bottom of the 3rd is number 18, Jackson Hoagie.
First pitch is in from Penner, and it's outside. Hoagie watches it go by. Hoagie gets ahead here in this count, 1-0. And he's going to hit this one hard into right field. That's a line drive. It'll find some grass. Hoagie with a leadoff base hit here in the 3rd inning. 1 on for the Mavericks. One on now in the top of the order batter for the Mavs. David Salguero stepping up to the plate for the 2nd time. Hit a line drive over top of Dylan Borman's head on at third in the 1st inning, but Borman with the leaping grab made it 5 unassisted in the 1st inning to get the out. Early pitching change for Cale Penner and the Bulls here in this game. Looks like 17 to me. Kyle Pope. On the mound now for the Bulls. It'll be number 17, Kyle Popst. Kyle Popst is making his 11th appearance on the mound this year for the Bulls. So far in 10 appearances, he's made 1 start. In those 10 appearances, he's thrown 18 innings, giving up 24 hits and 18 runs, only 11 of them earned. 7 walks so far from Popes this year and 14 strikeouts. He has no wins or losses and a 4.27 ERA. Cale Penner comes out in 2 innings of work, giving up 2 hits and walked 1 batter. Has given him no runs, but Jackson Hoagie's on base. If he gets around, it'll be charged to Penner. So far, no runs given up from Cale Penner in 2 innings of work. Kyle Popes takes over with 1 on, nobody gone here in the 3rd inning, and it's the top of the order. David Salguero, Carson Johnson, and Colton Wright. Those 3 batters combined have 154 hits. They'll be looking to get something going here in the 3rd inning, down 1-0 to the Bulls. Ball one at the plate. It's 1-0. Opportunity for the Mavericks to get back in the game here in the third inning with Salguero, Johnson, and Wright, the batters. And Salguero's going to hit this one past Dylan Borman on third base. 2 on now for the Mavs. Hoagie on second and Salguero on first after the base hit.
Play number 5 is Carson Johnson.
2 on now for the Mavericks here in the third inning. 1-0 for the Lethbridge Bulls. Jackson Hoagie on second base. David Salguero on first. And Carson Johnson at the plate. Johnson shows bunt. Can't connect with the ball. It's a strike on the outside half.
Yes, Kimmy.
0-1 count. Kyle Popes gets ahead. One ball, one strike. That one just misses the plate on the inside corner.
Yeah, 3 outs for the Deuce. You got it.
Count to Johnson is 1-1. Johnson showed bunt but pulled away. And that one is inside again. 2-1. Good eye from Johnson as he watches 2 straight pitches just barely go by. Called balls. 2 balls, 1 strike. No outs here in the bottom of the third. And Johnson is going to foul off a bunt. 2-2. No outs here in the third inning. 2 on for the Mavericks. Johnson trying to advance the runners and possibly get on himself. Colton Wright on deck for the Mavericks. He leads the team in RBI with 40 this year. Two balls, 2 strikes. No out, 2 on. And Johnson's going to ground this one towards the second baseman, Ashton Roy. And that one's going to get under him. 1 run's going to come around to score. It's 1-1. David Salguero makes his way all the way over to third. Jesse Sawyer of the Bulls is going to come talk to the umpire on the base running that time. From Salguero, he feels that there might have been base running interference. Right now, the score is 1-1.
Jackie Wrestler, Miles Height, you have each one a pick. Snapback hat. Come to the 50-50 table out front to claim your prize.
Carson Johnson is going to get the RBI on the error to Ashton Roy.
Think you ran an interference, Carol?
Umpires are going to quickly meet to discuss what had happened with the base running. Right now, the score is still 1-1. They haven't called it back yet.
Number 25, Colton Wright. And also, number 4 from the Mavs, Louis Cajerna. Happy 21st birthday today, but sorry, ladies, he's taken.
Well, we'll get the crowd going here when we on the song Party Train, and then we'll just say,
1-1 here in the bottom of the third. Runners on the corners for the Mavericks. David Salguero making his way all the way over to third base. Carson Johnson on first. And Colton Wright is at the plate for the Mavericks.
20 vision balls are about to be tossed. Make some noise, stand up, shake your hands, shake your booty. Get roll his ball.
and then you're going to announce Colton after that when it's on the
Up at number 25, Colton Wright.
No outs in the third inning. Colton Wright at the plate. Wright is 1 for 1 so far this evening. Singled in the first. See what he can do here in the third with a runner in scoring position. Salguero on third base. Jackson Hoagie has already come around to score here for the Mavericks in the third inning to tie the game up at 1.
No, honestly, no. It was just a
Yeah. One and one now. Colton Wright watching the first two pitches go by. His second pitch finds the outside corner. Popes will check Carson Johnson on first. Johnson is back safely, and Popes can turn his attention back to home plate. Cale Penner charged with the Hoagie run. So Cale Penner pitched 2 innings, giving up 1 run on 2 hits and a walk. Kyle Pope so far through getting no outs has given up 1 hit. Salguero on third, Carson Johnson on first. It's a 1-2 count at the plate after the foul ball from Colton Wright. One-two count, and the fourth pitch comes in. Wright will swing through it outside, and there's now 1 out here in the third inning. Colton Wright goes down swinging. He's now 1 for 2 so far this game. Sal Rodriguez, who's 0 for 1 so far, he reached from an error on Nick Ankerman in the first inning. Rodriguez is looking for his first hit of the evening. Be a good time for it with 2 runners on. Call strike on the outside corner. Rodriguez watches it go by. He doesn't like that one. It's 0-1. Not the pitch he wanted, and I'll wait for number 2 here from Kyle Popes. Call time at the plate. Rodriguez will adjust himself and get ready for pitch number 2. He'll reset, and Rodriguez hits this one high and not so deep to center field. Hank Forrest will make the grab. Salguero's on his way to home. He's safe at home. Carson Johnson now moves up to second. It's 2-1 for the Mavericks. They take the lead here in the third inning. Rodriguez with the RBI, sac fly. Salguero had no problem scoring from third. Carson Johnson advances to second, and Zach Gray will step up to the plate with a runner still in scoring position for the Mavericks.
As you can tell, the Mavericks are taking off their pink jerseys, which are going to be available in the court in the studio chat.
2-1 for the Mavericks here in the third inning. Bulls took a 1-0 lead in the second. After 2 runs here in the third inning, Mavericks take back the lead. And Zach Gray, who's 0 for 1 so far, he flew out to Jesse Hilliard in left field in the first inning. Back up to the plate, and it's a 1-0 count. Two and 0. Gray watches the second pitch go by outside. Three and 0. Third pitch is down low. Gray not taking the bat off his shoulder. Being patient at the plate. Wants to get on for the first time this game, and he'll do so from a walk if he has to. Called strike on the bottom half. Off-speed pitch from Popes. Finds the strike zone. It's 3-1.
Yes, dizzy bat and 1 out.
And Gray's going to line this one hard into left field. It's fair. Just fair of the foul line. It's an RBI double for Zach Gray. It's 3-1 here in the third inning. 3 runs have now come across. Jackson Hoagie, David Salguero, and now Carson Johnson. It's an RBI double for Zach Gray. And the Mavericks have created a little bit of a cushion for themselves. A 2-run lead here in the third inning.
Up next for the Mavs, it's number 1, Nolan Ratai.
2 outs here in the third inning. Still a runner in scoring position. Zach Gray on second now for the Mavericks, and Nolan Ratai stepping up to the plate. Ratai was walked in the second inning. He'll be looking to get on for the second time. This time, hopefully with his bat. 3-1 for the Mavericks. Ratai at the plate. Louis Canjura on deck for the Mavs. Two called strikes at the plate, and Ratai gets down 0-2. Ratai was walked in 5 pitches in his first plate appearance and gets down 0-2 here in a second. He has to start being a little bit more aggressive and protecting the plate. Watches the third pitch go by, down low. Good eye from Ratai, and it's 1-2. Ratai's going to hit this one hard into right field. That might bloop in there. Caleb Warden with the great catch from first base. He tracked it down into the outfield. Basket catch from Warden ends the inning. Mavericks get 3 runs. And they take the 3-1 lead over the Lethbridge Bulls going into the top of the 4th inning. Kyle Popes there in the third. 1 inning pitched. Gave up 2 runs on 2 hits and a strikeout. Junpei Akanuma is going to step back onto the mound here for the 4th inning. Through 3, he's going to have 1 run on 4 hits and no walks so far to the Bulls batters. Akanuma has 1 strikeout so far, that being against Carter Whitbeck. He's only thrown 30 pitches through 3 innings, 23 strikes and 7 balls. To lead off the top of the 4th, it'll be the 3-4-5 hitters for the Bulls. Caleb Warden, Dylan Borman, and Dustin Braun. Borman and Braun both 1 for 1 on the day. Dylan Borman doubled, and Dustin Braun has a single so far. Caleb Warden is 0 for 1. Number 4, Caleb Warden. Caleb Warden now back in the batter's box for a 2nd time this game here in the top of the 4th inning. First pitch for Akanuma is way outside. No problem for Warden there as he watches that one go by. And Warden's going to hit this one high and deep to center field. Salguero's after it. It's at the wall, and that's over top of the wall. It's a solo home run for Caleb Warden. Caleb Warden with home run number 7 on the season. That ties him for his team lead. Solo shot here to start off the 4th inning. Makes the game 3-2 for the Mavericks.
Now to bat are Magic Minds Beer.
That one just over the wall. It snuck over. 385 dead center. Salguero is at the wall trying to make the play on it. Home run for Caleb Warden. Makes it 3-2 for the Mavericks. Dylan Borman, he doubled and scored in the second inning. Steps up to the plate now with nobody on but no outs. One ball, one strike at the plate. It's 1-1. And Dylan Borman will swing right through the third pitch of the at-bat. Makes it count 1-2. 5 hits now for the Bulls. Mezenat has 4. Mezenat currently leads the Bulls 3-2 here in the top of the 4th inning. And Dylan Borman's going to ground this one towards Carson Johnson at shortstop. He'll make the throw to first, and there's 1 out now here in the top of the 4th inning. 6-3 makes the play. And there's 1 gone and nobody on for the Bulls. And Dustin Braun will step up to the plate.
Next up for the Bulls is number 9, Dustin Braun.
Braun is 1 for 1 so far. He singled in the second inning. He was out at second base on the 3-6 double play. First pitch of the at-bat, called strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. And it's 1-1. The pitch is outside from Akanuma. Akanuma is now giving up 2 runs on 5 hits here in 3 1/3 innings pitched. Swinging strike at the plate. Akanuma gets ahead 1-2, looking for his second strikeout of the evening. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 4th pitch. And it's an even count now, 2-2, as the 4th pitch is up high. Even count, 2-2. Dustin Braun waits for the 5th pitch, and he'll fly this one high in the air in right field. Drifting into foul territory, Zach Gray's after it. Can't keep up with the ball and make the play. It drops. Gives Dustin Braun another opportunity at the plate. Count now with Dustin Braun still at the plate. 2-2. Right fielder is already 1 for 1 this day, and now he's working a count here against Junpei Akanuma. Already 5 pitches thrown. Here's pitch number 6. And Braun's going to foul off another one, about the same spot in right field. Foul territory. Zach Gray's under it this time. He'll make the grab, and there's 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning.
Up now for the Bulls, number 22, Jarrett Senak.
Jarrett Semenuk, the designated hitter, steps up to the plate now for the Bulls. He's 0 for 1 so far with an RBI. He grounded into the 3-6 reverse force double play. And he'll hit this one, a line drive straight to Zach Gray on first base. Another leaping grab from a Mavericks infielder early on in this game to end an inning. And the first, Carson Johnson made the leaping grab at short to rob Caleb Warden of a hit into left field. And Zach Gray does the same here to Jarrett Semenuk in the 4th. Dylan Borman for the Bulls did the same to David Salguero of the Mavericks earlier in this one as well, robbing him of a base hit. on third base. Bottom of the fourth inning now. And it's a pitching change for the Bulls. Kyle Pope's no longer on the mound. Kyle Pope's getting through one inning, giving up 2 runs on 2 hits and a strikeout. Garth, want to look for a number on pitcher for me? Here in the bottom of the fourth, it'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters.
32.
For the Mavericks, number 4, Louis Canjura, Jordan Dre, and Jackson Hoagie. Pitching now for the Bulls is the left-handed reliever, number 32, Austin Tambellini. First pitch from Tambellini, Louis Canjura is going to foul off. It's 0-1. Austin Tambellini making his 16th appearance on the mound for the Bulls. Through 15 appearances so far, he's thrown 17 in 2/3 innings, giving up 21 hits, 10 runs, all of them earned, 9 walks so far, and 15 strikeouts. Tambellini has a 2-0 record and a 3.96 ERA. Called strike at the plate, and Tambellini gets ahead 0-2. Before the third pitch ball, it's 1-2 on the outside pitch. Canjura so far is 0 for 1 on the day, and he'll be followed by Jordan Dre, who likewise is also 0 for 1. Canjura watches the fourth pitch go by, and it's just outside off the plate. Good eye from him to not swing at it, and it's 2-2. And Canjura is going to hit one weakly just in front of the catcher, and he'll be out at first base. Yeah, okay, I see.
Up next from the number 9, Jordan Dre.
Jordan Dre will step up to the plate. He's 0 for 1 so far. Grounded out to the third baseman, Dylan Borman. He'll swing through the first pitch from Austin Tambellini. Gets behind 0-1. Tambellini struck out Louis Canjura. So far, through 1 out, he has 1 strikeout, and he gets ahead 0-1 to Jordan Dre. 0-2 now, called strike on the outside corner. Dre watches it go by, and Tambellini gets ahead 0-2, the left-handed reliever for the Bulls. And Dre is going to hit this one right towards the shortstop, Anchorman, and he's going to bobble it and drop it. And that's Anchorman's second charged error of the game. Jordan Dre reaches first. And there's a runner on for the Mavericks. E6 for the second time already. That's 3 errors now for the Bulls infielders. 2 for Anchorman, 1 for Roy. And Jordan Dre is on first base with Jackson Hoagie coming up to the plate. Hoagie's 1 for 1 so far today. He singled and scored in the 3rd inning. Steps up here in the 4th. With a runner on and only 1 out. 1 ball, no strikes at the plate. Hoagie waits for the second pitch, and he'll foul this one off. It's 1-1. (3-2) for the Mavericks here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Lethbridge scored 1 in the 2nd. Mavericks scored 3 in the 3rd, and Lethbridge scored 1 in the top of the 4th on a solo home run. Jordan Dre is going to be able to take second on the balk from Austin Tambellini. Runner now in scoring position for the Mavericks with only 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Jordan Dre on second now for the Mavs. Jackson Hoagie at the plate. It's a 1-1 count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jackson Hoagie already 1 for 1 today. And they're going to send Dre back to first. They're going to undo their call. And Jordan Dre is back on first base. Does not get to take second on the balk from Tambellini. They'll recall that. And it's a 1-1 count with a runner on first base for the Mavericks. (3-2) Mavericks here in the bottom of the 4th. 1 out, 1 on. And it's a 2-1 count at the plate. Hoagie watches the third pitch go by up high. This could be a potential first round matchup between the Bulls and the Mavericks. Mavericks currently in first with the Bulls in 4th place in the division. And Hoagie's going to hit this one hard towards Ashton Roy at second base. He'll turn to double play 4-3 as he steps on the base himself. And the double play ends the 4th inning. Going into the top of the 5th inning now already. Madison Hat leads the Bulls 3-2. Mavericks with 4 hits, Bulls with 5. Lethbridge are currently 19-23 this season. Edmonton Prospects are 19-20. Prospects are in 3rd place in the division, and the Bulls are in 4th. If the playoffs started today, the Mavericks and the Lethbridge Bulls would be taking on each other with Okotoks Dogs and Edmonton Prospects, the other matchup in the first round. Mavericks and Edmonton will play each other here at Athletic Park twice tomorrow. They'll be finishing a rainout from Edmonton from last week, where they'll be picking up in the 4th inning with the Mavericks currently up 3-1 in the bottom of the 4th. After the rainout game, they'll be playing a regular schedule game at 7:05. 2 games tomorrow here at Athletic Park will be huge for the positioning in 3rd and 4th in the Western Division.
Sarah and Britt, huge thank you for all you do for the Mavericks.
Mavericks and Bulls, including this game, played twice more this season. So 2 games against the Bulls and 2 games against the Prospects will really help decide who the Mavericks are going to play in the first round of the playoffs. Depends who they win and lose to. Will decide the standings between 3rd and 4th between the Bulls and the Prospects. 1 week left until the playoffs. Playoffs start on July 31st. We'll be here at home at Athletic Park July 31st and August 1st. Those games will be live streamed here at Athletic Park. And then wherever we are, whether it's Lethbridge, Edmonton, possibly Fort McMurray, who knows? Those games will be on August 2nd and 3rd with Game 5. If it's needed, we'll be back here at Athletic Park on the 4th. Top of the 5th inning. It's a 7-8-9 hitters for the Bulls. Number 7 hitter, Jesse Hilliard, the left fielder. He is 0 for 1 so far, and he fouls off the first pitch of the at-bat. 0-1 to Jesse Hilliard, the leadoff batter for the Bulls in the 5th inning. And he's going to ground this one towards Johnson. Johnson makes the grab and the hard throw. Easy out. It's 0-1. It's 1 out now here in the 5th inning. Top of the 5th, 3-2 Mavericks. Number 8 hitter Carter Whitbeck stepping up to the plate. Whitbeck's 0 for 1. He struck out looking into 3rd inning. First pitch of the at-bat is a slider on the outside corner called strike. It's 0-1. 0-1. And Whitbeck hits this one hard over top of Kanjura's head at 3rd. He's turning first, but he'll stay there. He'll stop his run going to 2nd. It's a 1-out single for the Bulls. That one a hard line drive into left field. Hoagie cut it off before it could get to the wall. And Whitbeck has a 1-out single here in the 5th inning for the Bulls. 6th hit of the evening for Lethbridge. Whitbeck now 1 for 2 when Nick Anchorman will step up to the plate with 1 on and 1 out. Anchorman fouls off the first pitch. Anchorman gets down 0-1 after the foul ball. Whitbeck on first for the Bulls with 1 out. Oh and 1 at the plate. Anchorman shows bunt, but it's down low. Not in a strike zone, so it's 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Here's the 3rd pitch. Fastball down low from Akanuma makes the count. 2 balls and a strike. Anchorman now gets ahead in the count. Trying to get on for the first time this game. He flew out to Nolan Radai in the 3rd inning, and he'll ground this one towards Louis Kanjura. Radai steps on 2nd. They'll get the 4th out at 2nd, so 2 outs here in the 5th inning. But Anchorman gets on the fielder's choice. Fielder's choice gets the out at 2nd. Nick Anchorman now on first. 1 on for the Bulls with 2 outs here in the 5th inning. It's the leadoff, top of the order batter. Hank Forrest, the center fielder, is 2 for 2 so far this game. He singled in the 1st and 3rd innings. And Forrest going to hit this one hard to Jordan Dre in right field. He backs up about 10 feet, makes the grab, and we're going into the bottom of the 5th with the score still 3-2 for the Mavericks. Lethbridge gets no runs on the hit there in the 5th inning. 6 hits now for Lethbridge in the game. Still only 2 runs so far. They trail the Mavericks 3-2 going into the bottom of the 5th inning. It'll be the top of the order for the Mavericks here in the 5th inning. David Salguero, Carson Johnson, and Colton Wright. Salguero and Wright are both 1 for 2 so far. Salguero singled and scored in the 3rd inning. Carson Johnson is 0 for 2 with an RBI so far. Salguero's 1 for 2. He singled and scored, and he'll lead us off here in the 5th inning against Austin Tambolini. Tambellini threw 1 inning in the 4th, giving him no runs on no hits or walks. He struck out 1 batter in the 4th inning. Tambellini only had to throw 12 pitches to get out of the 4th inning. 4 balls and 8 strikes. Made it a quick 4th for the Bulls in the bottom of the inning.
Jackie and Muriel, please head down to Souvenir Shack to claim your jerseys.
Salguero will step up to the plate for the 3rd time this game. Bottom of the 5th inning now, and the Mavericks lead the Bulls 3-2. They'll be looking to add to their lead here in the 5th. It's been a tight one here at Athletic Park between 2 division rivals who could meet up in the first round of the playoffs starting next week. 0-1 count. And Salguero's going to swing through the second offering, gets down 0-2 as he doesn't connect with it. Oh and 2, and the pitch is outside. Tambellini throws one wide and it makes the count 1-2. And Salguero's going to ground this one towards Borman at 3rd. Borman will make the throw. And Salguero is now 1 for 3 on the day. 1 out at the bottom of the 5th.
Next up, the Mavericks, number 5, Carson Johnson.
Johnson steps up to the plate now for the 3rd time. He's 0 for 2 so far. RBI in the 3rd inning and later scored on the error from Ashton Roy. First pitch of the at-bat is wide. Makes the count 1-0. 1 out, nobody on for the Mavericks here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Johnson is now looking at a 1-1 count. Second pitch finds the outside corner. And Johnson hits this one hard. Line drive to right field. Dustin Braun will make the grab on the running catch. And Johnson is now 0 for 3. No hits in the game so far. Only 4 hits so far for the Mavericks, and this man has one of them. 1 for 2 on the day. The catcher, Colin Wright, steps up to the plate with nobody on and 2 outs. Salguero also with a hit, and Zach Gray and Jackson Hoagie. Colin Wright looking to get on for the 2nd time here this game. He's 1 for 2. He singled in the 1st inning and struck out swinging in the 3rd. One ball, 1 strike at the plate. 2 outs and nobody on. And Colin Wright's going to flare this one high in the air over near the Bulls dugout. Caleb Warden will make the grab in foul territory, and that's it for the 5th inning. We're going into the top of the 6th. It's a low-scoring game here at Athletic Park. We don't see these too often, but it's 3-2 for the Mavs going into the 6th inning.
Serenity Food Center, let them help you find relief from stress, pain, as well as anxiety. The healing benefits of
Junpei Akanuma is going to step back onto the mound here in the 6th inning. So far, he's thrown 5 innings strong for the Mavericks, giving up only 2 runs on 6 hits and 1 strikeout. No walks yet from Akanuma, and only 1 strikeout, that being Carter Whitbeck, his first at-bat. Only 2 runs so far for the Bulls through 5 innings. They'll look to tie it up or take the lead here in the 6th. It'll be the 2-3-4 hitters, Ashton Roy, Caleb Warden, and Dylan Borman. Roy is 0 for 2 so far. He'll be looking to get on base for the first time. Caleb Warden's 1 for 2 as an RBI, and Dylan Borman, he doubled his first at-bat and later scored. He's 1 for 2 as well. Akanuma so far, 52 pitches through 5 innings, 39 strikes and 13 balls. He's had great command on his pitches today with 39 strikes on 52 pitches.
Number 3, Ashton Roy. And that says it is officially last call to get your 50-50 tickets.
Roy first pitch swinging, and he'll foul one off over top of the Mavericks dugout.
You said 3, and I was thinking 3, and then I went 2, and I'm like, where's 2?
0-1 count. And the second pitch is too low. When Akanuma has missed the strike zone today, many times it's been down low. And Roy is going to ground this one towards Gray at first base. He'll flip it on over to Akanuma. He'll step on the base and get the first out of the inning. Akanuma threw 55 pitches. He's thrown 41 strikes, only 14 balls. Most of those 14 balls have been down low the strike zone. Hasn't missed wide or inside many times today. Caleb Warden now steps up to the plate. He is 1 for 2 with a solo home run this game. In the 4th inning, he hit one dead center, 385. His 7th home run of the season made this game 3-2. And he'll ground this one towards Nolan Radai at second. Radai makes a backhand grab. He'll throw it on over to Gray at first. And Caleb Warden is retired for a second time. He's now 1 for 3 with that home run.
Now batting our budget line, spirit batter number 23, Dylan Borman.
Borman steps up to the plate now. Nobody on and 2 gone for the Bulls so far in the top of the 6th. Borman doubled and scored in the 2nd inning. And he's going to hit this one high in the air into the infield. Nolan Radai is after it. Looks like he's under it. He'll make the grab, and it's a quick top of the 6th inning. Junpei Akanuma gives him no hits. 3 up, 3 down for the Bulls. Ashton Roy, Caleb Warden, and Borman all retired. In 6 innings now, Akanuma with 58 pitches. It's been a gem for Akanuma so far when he's given up 2 runs. Yes, sir. Yeah, 14. That's what it is. Another quick pitching change for the Bulls here in this one. They're already on pitcher number 4 in the 6th inning. Tambellini goes too strong, giving up no runs on no hits or walks. He struck out 1 batter on 22 pitches. Now on the mound for the Bulls is number 14, Chris Messer. Chris Messer so far this season has been a starting pitcher for the Bulls. He's made 5 starts, and no relief appearances in those 5 starts. He's pitched 16 2/3, giving up 15 hits, 20 runs, 17 of them earned. He's walked 31 batters and has 23 strikeouts. He has an 0-2 record and a 7.14 ERA. 31 walks and 16 2/3 for Chris Messer, giving up 15 hits as well and 20 runs. 23 strikeouts though in 16 2/3. That's a good amount. He'll make his 6th appearance on the mound for the Bulls this year and his first out of relief. Bottom of the 6th now, and it'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters for the Mavericks: Sal Rodriguez, Zach Gray, and Nolan Radeye. Rodriguez will be the first batter that Messer faces in this game.
Three outs to the TT home run challenge. So this one here.
First pitch is in from Messer, and Rodriguez watches go by up high. It's 1-0. 1-1. Rodriguez takes a hard cut at the second pitch. Can't keep up with the fastball. And it's 2-1. Another fastball from Chris Messer. That one up high and wide. And it's 3-1. That one way inside. Almost catches Rodriguez.
You're okay, Sal.
Rodriguez has to duck away from that one. That one was head high. 3-1 now. Rodriguez ahead in the count. And Rodriguez will be walked in 5 pitches. 30-second walk issued from Chris Messer this season. Second walk so far this game. Only Nolan Radeye had been walked prior to this last one from Rodriguez. Rodriguez, the leadoff batter in the bottom of the 6th inning, gets on. And Zach Gray will step up to the plate now with no outs. And Rodriguez on first base. Gray watches the first pitch just land right outside of the plate.
Not thoroughbred speed. That's right.
1 ball, no strikes. Two and 0. The second pitch to Gray is left up high. Chris Messer so far with 6 balls and 1 strike thrown.
I haven't got anything yet. They're still selling. She's still doing last ball. We're only in the 6th.
3-0. The third pitch is down low. Now in 8 pitches, 7 balls. Rodriguez was walked in 5. And Zach Gray now ahead, 3-0 in this count to Chris Messer. 3-1, call strike on the inside corner. Zach Gray watched that one go by, expecting it to be inside of the plate. And that one's way outside and high. Chris Messer walks the first 2 batter he faces. And there's now 2 on with nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. 3-2 for the Mavericks. A good opportunity for them to possibly bring around another run or 2.
Regular athletes, congratulations on being leaders in our community and representing not only MHC but also the city as leaders in sport development and for succeeding both academically and athletically.
Nolan Radeye He's 0 for 1 so far. He walked in the second inning and was out from the first baseman, Caleb Warden, in the third. Steps up to the plate. 3-2 ball game. 2 runners on for the Mavericks. Sal Rodriguez on second and Zach Gray on first. Not the speediest of runners on the base pass, so it's going to have to be something deep to score them. And it's another 1-0 count. Messer throws another one in up high. 9 balls, 2 strikes now from Chris Messer. One and one, good fastball down low in the strike zone. Rat-Eye watches them both go by, and it's an even count, 1 and 1. Two and one. Whipback has to scoop that one from almost being in the dirt. Two balls and a strike. And that's 2 and 2. Another fastball on that outside corner. Messer finding that low corner in his at bat. 2 times he's found it. 1 time going too low. Even count to Nolan Rat-Eye. It's 2 and 2. No outs and 2 on for the Mavericks. And that one is way wide. Fills the count. One of the first full counts we've had in a while in this game. Lots of quick at-bats so far from both the Mavericks and Bulls. 3-2 to Rat-Eye. And Rat-Eye is going to pop this one high in foul territory towards Caleb Warden. The first baseman will make the grab, and there's 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1 out now here in the bottom of the 6th. Still 2 runners on for the Mavericks. Louis Canjura now at the plate. He's 0 for 2 so far. Grounded into a double play in the 2nd inning and struck out swinging in the 4th. Rodriguez and Gray both on for the Mavericks. Both reach from walks. And Louis hits this one towards Ashton Roy at second. They'll make the 4-6-3 double play. They'll get out of the inning. 2 runners on for the Mavericks. And they'll be left stranded. The 4-6-3 turnaround throw from Ashton Roy. Double play. 4 double plays now in this game between the 2 teams. It's been an impressive defense from both sides. It's a low-scoring, tight game going into the top of the 7th. It's 3-2 for the Mavericks. Haven't seen a run since the top of the 4th. 3-2 Mavericks lead. They only scored in the 3rd inning where they scored 3. Bulls got 1 run in the 2nd and 4th innings. 4 double plays so far, 2 for each side. Akanuma is still pitching for the Mavericks. So far, he's pitched 6 innings, giving up 2 runs on 6 hits. No walks yet from Akanuma, and 1 strikeout in 58 pitches. It's 44 strikes and 14 balls. That's attributed to the no walks so far. Only 1 strikeout. He's had great defense behind him tonight.
Mets fans, it is time to turn to your Top Time autograph program. If
Look
you
at Jordan Dre and Salguero playing catch in the outfield. Lots of fun in between the innings. David Salguero and Jordan Dre playing catch with a few fans out on the berm as a way for Dustin Braun to walk up to the plate. Good to see the Mavericks outfielders playing with the hometown kids out on the berm behind the outfield. Dustin Braun, the number 5 hitter, steps up to the plate. He's 1 for 2 so far. He singled in the second inning.
See.
1-1 count, fastball on the outside corner.
There's a reason why they put us in sound.
Finding that bottom outside corner is Akaduma. He evens up the count, 1-1.
Well, there's that.
2-1.
Oh, yeah.
Akanuma misses on the third pitch. He's looking for that corner for a second straight time.
They'll sometimes come by, go to tap on the window to see if they can interrupt me, and they're sitting and dancing and doing whatever.
And it's a foul ball from Dustin Braun. Braun lined that one into left field foul territory over top of his third base coach's head.
Because I sit there and make up parody songs, like 3 or 4 times a song, but I'm just sick and tired of it, or I'll sing.
2 balls, 2 strikes at the plate. It's an even count to the leadoff batter here in the top of the 7th inning. And it's another foul ball from Dustin Braun. Keeps the count 2-2. 2-2, the 6th pitch is in, and it's another foul ball, 3 straight from Dustin Braun. Keeps the count 2-2, gets another lifeline at the plate, and another opportunity to hit one fair.
Mavericks Bucks token, good for concession or souvenir merchandise.
2-2. And he'll strike out looking, gets him on the inside corner on a slider. 2 strikeouts now for Junpei Akanuma. Still 3-2 for the Mavericks in the top of the 7th. 1 out. Nobody on for the Bulls. Jarrett Semenuk steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with an RBI this game.
22, Jarrett Semenuk.
And Semenuk's going to ground this one softly towards Nolan Radai at second. He'll make the throw on the first pitch from Akanuma. 2 up, 2 down here in the 7th inning for the Bulls now. Lots of quick innings from the Bulls this game. Not many long at-bats. Been quite a few short ones that they've been first and second pitch swinging. Not a lot of strikeouts either. Only 2 so far for Akanuma.
I do have some music background to it, so there's going to be kind of that kind of intro. Yeah, then we'll have fun. If the music's drowning out, I'll turn it right off and just sing along. That's right.
1-1 count. Jesse Hilliard can't check his swing. Jesse Hilliard, the left fielder, is 0 for 2 so far. He's in the batter's box with nobody on and 2 outs here in the 7th inning. And he'll ground this one. Foul ball down the third base line. Akanuma gets ahead 1-2 now after the foul ball.
Right away. So we do the song first. Yeah, and then if you do have time, then the days off folks finish out usually.
3-2 score. Mavericks lead after 3 runs in the 3rd inning. Solo home run for the Bulls in the 4th. And they got another run in the 2nd. There's their 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes at the plate. And it's a foul ball off the umpire's head. He staggers a little, but he seems to be all right. He wore that one well. Yeah, he wore. Umpire took that one well off the face of his mask. Foul ball from Jesse Hilliard keeps the count 1-2. Another opportunity for the left fielder to hit one in fair play and get a runner on for the Bulls. And he'll strike out looking. 2 strikeouts this inning. From the Bulls in this inning.
I don't have to sing on microphone for this. We've got Victoria, part of the master here. She is going to be singing for the 7th inning stretch. So get up, shake things out, get the circulation going, and I'm going to pass it on to Victoria.
2 strikeouts in the inning for Akanuma. He's now through 7 with 3 strikeouts so far, only giving up 2 runs on 6 hits. Chris Messer will step back onto the mound for the Bulls here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Chris Messer, through 1 inning, gave up no runs on no hits but 2 walks. Left 2 stranded, Sal Rodriguez and Zach Gray on second and first base alone. Messer threw 12 balls and 6 strikes but got out of the inning on a double play. Here in the bottom of the 7th, it will be the 8-9-1 hitters for the Mavericks. Jordan Dre, Jackson Hoagie, and David Salguero. Dre is 0 for 2 so far. Jackson Hoagie is 1 for 2. And Salguero is 1 for 3 this game. Mavericks only with 4 hits so far. Lethbridge with 6. Mavericks have the 3-2 lead going into the bottom of the 7th. Dre is over 2, but he reached in the 4th inning from an error from Nick Ankerman, the shortstop. First pitch of the at-bat gets by Dre, a swinging strike. It's still Messer.
10-4.
One ball, 1 strike now. His pitch was in the dirt and bounced to the backstop. And it's 2-1. Messer throws one outside. And it's a strikeout. Liam Sebastian actually on the mound. 2-1 at the plate. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. And Salguero's going to hit this one. Floated into foul territory. It's out of reach of Dylan Borman. And that'll even up the count. 2-2. Liam Sebastian already with 1 strikeout this inning. He'll be looking for strikeout number 2 and out number 3. Get out of the bottom of the 7th. A 1-2-3 inning for Liam Sebastian. And Salguero is going to hit this one high in the air towards center field. Hank Forrest is underneath it, makes the grab. Forrest gets the 3rd out of the 7th inning. We're going into the top of the 8th. This has been a quick game, only an hour and 45 minutes so far going into the top of the 8th inning. Nathan Stark still in the bullpen. Junpei Akanuma is going to step back onto the mound here in the 8th inning. Last Mavericks home game, Jared Libke threw a complete game against the Brooks Bombers. Mavericks won that one 16-4, and Libke had the complete game. Junpei Akanuma is going deep here, going into the 8th. So far, through 7 innings, he's given up 2 runs on 6 hits and 3 strikeouts. No walks for the Lethbridge Bulls so far. Here in the 8th, it'll be the 8-9-1 hitters, Carter Whitbeck, Nick Anchorman, and Hank Forrest. Whitbeck is 1 for 2, Anchorman's 0 for 2, and Hank Forrest is 2 for 3. Whitbeck struck out looking in the 3rd inning and singled in the 5th. Hank Forrest has 2 singles so far. 3-2 for the Mavericks going into the top of the 8th inning. Mavericks only with 4 hits so far, Lethbridge with 6 in the game. Carter Whitbeck will step up to the batter's box now for the 3rd time. 1 for 2 this game.
Up to bat for the Lethbridge Bulls, it's number 24, Carter Whitbeck.
Top of the 8th, eh?
Woo!
1-1 count. Akanuma almost catching the same spot in 2 straight pitches. Called differently, 1 ball, 1 strike. And it's 2-1. That one just misses outside. Carter Whitbeck gets ahead in the count. Top of the 8th inning here at Athletic Park. Mavericks lead 3-2. Leadoff batter Carter Whitbeck ahead 2-1. And it's a 3-1 count. No walks issued so far from Akanuma in this game going into the top of the 8th inning. Could this be walk number 1? Whitbeck ahead 3-1. And it will be. Whitbeck will be walked in 5 pitches. Whitbeck, the leadoff batter for the Bulls here in the 8th inning, gets on with the walk. The first walk issued from Akanuma this game. Nick Anchorman, the shortstop, will step up to the plate now in the 8th inning with 1 on and nobody out. Anchorman is 0 for 2 so far this game. Foul off on the first pitch on the bunt attempt. Oh, 1 count to Nick Anchorman. And he'll bunt this one just down the first base line. Akanuma will make the play. Carter Whitbeck advances to second base. And there's now 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning.
Lethbridge rolls at the top of the order, number 7, Hank Forrest.
Hank Forrest comes up to the batter's box for the 4th time this game here in the 8th inning. He's 2 for 3 so far. He's singled in both the 1st and the 3rd innings. Comes on with a runner in scoring position. They'll need to bring him around to tie this game. It's 3-2 for the Mavericks. 1 out and no double play in effect for the Mavs.
50-50 ticket number.
And Forrest going to hit this one high to right field. Not deep enough. It's hard, but straight at Dre. Jordan Dre doesn't have to move too much at all. He'll make the play, and there's now 2 outs for the Bulls here in the 8th.
Yeah, starting at 5 for that continuation of being up. Yeah, because they started in the 4th. From up in Edmonton, they got rained out. Well, they had called the game, and after 4, so they're going to continue that game.
Ashton Roy, the second baseman, steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 3 so far, looking for his first hit of the game. He'd also like to just get on here in the 8th inning for the first time. Get another runner on board for the Bulls. There's 2 outs and 1 on. Carter Whitbeck is currently on second base for the Bulls. They're down 3-2. And the pitch is going to get by Colton Wright. First wild pitch from Akanuma this game. 1-0 count. And Whitbeck is only 90 feet away now. 3-2 Mavericks. Lethbridge looking to tie it up here in the 8th inning. It's been a close one all evening. Tightly contested battle between these two possible playoff matchup opponents in a week's time. 6 hits so far for Lethbridge, only 4 for Medicine Hat. And it's a 2-0 count at the plate. Roy watching the first 2 go by down low. Foul ball from Ashton Roy. And that one clips Colton Wright. He'll have to take a second to walk that one off as it clips him in the toe. That's painful when it comes off the bat and hits you square in the foot as a catcher. That one's going to sting a lot and leave a mark. 2 balls, 1 strike now. Ashton Roy trying to bring around now runner from third to tie the game up here in the 8th inning. Top of the 8th, Mavericks lead 3-2. Akanuma still on the mound. He's through 7 2/3. Roy being very patient at the plate, watches that one go by. It's 3-1. 3-1. Akanuma has already walked 1 batter this inning. And Roy is going to hit it towards second base. Nolan Radai. That one would have brought around a run, but Radai with a leaping grab ends the top of the 8th. 4 unassisted. Roy couldn't believe his luck. He slams his helmet. 3-2 for the Mavericks going into the bottom of the 8th inning. Lots of remarkable defensive plays from the Mavericks infielders this game. Zach Gray, Carson Johnson, and Nolan Radai all making leaping grabs in the infield. Many of them to end the inning on line drives from the Bulls. Akanuma's been pitching well, but he's been helped from his defense.
5 extra large and only 1 large left in Girl Power jersey, so if you want to get your hands on
Carter Whitbeck only 90 feet away. A run stolen away from Nolan Radai there to end the top of the 8th. Bulls will only have the top of the 9th now to get back in this one, depending on the score, whether it's 3-2 or maybe more from the Mavericks. It'll be the 2, 3, 4 hitters Carson Johnson, Colton Wright, and Sal Rodriguez here in the 8th inning. Johnson's 0 for 3. Colton Wright's 1 for 3. And Rodriguez is 0 for 1 with a walk. Johnson and Rodriguez both with RBIs this game.
Recently moving here from Ontario, we are so happy to welcome you to our first Girl Power Night. We are proud to have you as a business leader in our community.
And it's another pitching change for the Bulls. Here in the 8th inning, it's number 19, Seth Spangler. Spangler is the 6th pitcher that the Bulls are going to use here in this game.
Starting us off, we've got number 5, Carson Johnson.
And on the mound, number 19, Seth Spangler.
For the Lethbridge Bulls on the mound, it is number 19, Seth Spangler.
Spangler on the mound now, and Carson Johnson at the plate. First pitch is up high. Johnson watches it go by. It's 1-0. Two-0 count. Johnson getting ahead. Spangler leads the Bulls staff in appearances so far this season. He's pitched in 18 games. In those 18 games, he's pitched 19 in the 3rd innings. And he gets down 3-0 to Carson Johnson here. Leadoff batter in the bottom of the 8th inning. 19 in the 3rd innings for Seth Spangler. 20 hits given up. 16 runs, only 10 of them earned. He's walked 13 batters, struck out 17. He has a 2-1 record with a 3.62 ERA. And he's going to walk Carson Johnson, the leadoff batter in the 8th inning, in 4 pitches. Well, that's walk number 14 now in 19 in the 3rd innings. One runner on for the Mavericks. Leadoff runner aboard, Carson Johnson. He's walked for the first time, gets on for the 2nd time. And Colton Wright will step up to the plate. He's 1 for 3. He singled in the 1st inning, struck out swinging in the 3rd, and was out from the first baseman, Caleb Warden, in the 5th inning. Sal Rodriguez on deck for the Mavericks. Colton Wright at the plate. No outs here in the bottom of the 8th, and Carson Johnson on first. 1-0 count. Seth Spangler has thrown 5 pitches so far in his appearance. All 5 of them balls. No strikes yet from Spangler. Chanskowski. Evan Sutter started as 12. Two-0 count to Colton Wright. Being patient at the plate to be a good opportunity for Mavericks to get another run here in the 8th inning. And it's 2-1. Watch that one go by the inside half of the strike zone. 2 balls and a strike to Colton Wright. Mavericks 33-7. They're in first in the Western Division. Lethbridge currently 19-23. They're in 4th. Could be a possible matchup next week when the playoffs start. Johnson takes off for 2nd, and that'll be a stolen base. A runner is now in scoring position for the Mavericks. Ball at the plate, so it's 3-1. Johnson was walked in 4 pitches, and now Colton Wright is ahead 3-1. He'll be looking to be walked as well, looking to get on for the second time. Mavericks need runners aboard here in the 8th. Their last opportunity to extend their lead. They're currently up 3-2. And Wright's going to foul one off into the netting. 3-2 lead for the Mavericks, bottom of the 8th inning. Not many more opportunities for the Mavericks to extend their lead. Not many more opportunities for the Bulls to get back in it. Full count here to Colton Wright. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Seth Spangler still looking for that first out of the bottom of the 8th inning. And Wright is going to be walked in 6 pitches. Good eye from him to watch that fastball go by just over top of the strike zone. And another pitching change from the Bulls. Seth Spangler gets no outs and allows 2 runners to get on. Both of them walked.
All right, Mavs fans, get out your 50-50 tickets. Tonight's jackpot, $1,237. We are looking for ticket number 66844. Once again, 50-50 ticket number 66844 for $1,237. If you have that ticket, head on down to the
1,725 fans in attendance here at Athletic Park tonight. The second highest of the season on Girl Power Night. The highest of the year was on Canada Day. We got over 1,800 packed in here like sardines at Athletic Park. Over 1,700 here tonight, and it is full. A little bit chilly on this Wednesday evening. There's quite a strong breeze that's been coming up here into the PA booth all evening. The windows are open and we've been feeling it. So it's probably nice and nipply out there in the stands. We're happy to have over 1,700 fans here in support of the Mavericks 1 week before the playoffs. It's been a good game here. 3-2 is the score in the bottom of the 8th. It's a tight one between the Bulls and the Mavericks. One of the closest games that the Mavericks have been in all year.
All right, guys, we only got about half a dozen pink Girl Power jerseys left in the Super.
Mavericks so far with 4 hits this game. Lethbridge with 6. Mavericks lead 3-2. It's been a tight one from the start. On the mound now, replacing Seth Spangler is Talon Derrick. Derrick has made 16 appearances, all in relief. This is appearance number 17 for him in 16 games played. Derrick has pitched 21 in the 3rd innings, giving up 26 hits, only 9 runs, and 4 of them earned. Only 4 earned runs in 20 innings pitched. 23 strikeouts and 10 walks. He has a 4-1 record. He's been one of the better pitchers for the Bulls this year. 1.37 ERA. Talon Derrick has been lights out this year, giving up quite a few hits, 26 in 20 innings. Only 4 runs. He doesn't allow many to come around. He has a 4-1 record with a 1.37 ERA. 2 saves for Talon Derrick as well. He's been a great closer to have for the Bulls, keeping them in the playoff hunt. Talon Derrick, the 7th pitcher that the Bulls have used this game. Cale Penner started us off through 2 innings. Austin Tambellini also threw 2 innings. Kyle Popes, Chris Messer, Liam Sebastian all through 1. And Seth Spangler got no outs in his appearance on the mound tonight. Now it's Talon Derrick here in the 8th inning. He comes on with nobody out and 2 on. Carson Johnson and Colton Wright both getting on base from walks. Sal Rodriguez, he's 0 for 1 so far. He was walked in the 6th inning, got an RBI from a sacrifice fly into 3rd. 3-2 Mavericks, and a good opportunity for them to get a few more runs on the board going into the 9th.
No, he's the 50-50 center. I don't think I want to know.
Center. He's a 50-50 center.
1-0 count. First pitch is outside. Sal Rodriguez showing bunt, and he'll foul it off. Makes the count 1-1.
Call for concession, and a big congratulations going out to Waylon Wagner, who was tonight's 50-50 winner.
One ball, one strike at the plate. Talon Derrick on the mound for the Bulls. Still a 3-2 lead. Carson Johnson on second base. Colton Wright on first. Rodriguez will show bunt again. And it's another foul ball from Sal Rodriguez. He's not used to bunting too much. He's used to taking hard cuts and swinging for the fences. He'd be better off usually just trying to hit one deep than bunting one fairly just down the line. 1-2 count after 2 foul balls on bunt attempts. We'll see what happens here on pitch number 4 from Talon Derrick. And Rodriguez is going to foul one off, a high pop fly. Looks like he might have been thinking the same thing that I was, and he's going to give up on the bunt attempt. He's going to try hit one deep into the outfield to advance the runners. And possibly get on base himself, get his first hit of the evening. And he'll strike out swinging. Talon Derrick gets the first out of the inning. Rodriguez is struck out for the first time this game. And he's now 0 for 2 as he walks back to the dugout. Zach Gray now batting for the Mavericks. He's 1 for 2. He doubled with an RBI in the 3rd inning. He walked in the 6th. He'll be looking for his 2nd RBI hit of the night. And he's going to hit this one over top of Dylan Borman's head at third base. It chopped over him. The throw it is, and Johnson's at the plate. And he is going to be called out at home. Good throw in from Jesse Hilliard in left field. Gets Carson Johnson at home plate. There's now 2 outs. Zach Gray with a single. That can't bring anyone around. Still 3-2 here in the 8th inning. Nolan Radai at the plate now. Still 2 on for the Mavericks. 2 outs. And Rada's going to foul one off into the stands.
Heads up.
Hey, guy, I screwed something up here. On a 7-2 throw. Two and one at the plate. Rada, he watches the third pitch go by outside.
Zachary first. Who's on second? Who can Wright's on second?
Yeah, right a second.
So why don't we have to put Wright?
And Rada's going to foul one off down the line. It's 2-2.
So the problem is this one is here.
Yeah,
Get rid of that. No, and then I'm going to go to the base runner. And Carson Johnson will be put out at home. On the 7-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes at the plate for Nolan Rada. 2 on here in the 8th inning. Mavericks down to the last out to bring a runner around. And Rada is going to hit it deep to right field. This one could bring one around. Colton Wright is hustling home. And it is 4-2 for the Mavericks. RBI double for Nolan Rada. What? The run counts at home.
And when you hit a double? Scored the one.
RBI double for Nolan Rada and makes it 4-2 here in the 8th inning.
Which way did he hit it, right?
Zach Gray advances to third base.
I forgot to give you one. You can
Yeah,
add or give it to somebody else.
Oh, thank you.
First and second and third, and we're good.
Louis Canjura now at the plate for the 4th time this game. He's 0 for 3 so far. He's grounded into 2 doubles this game and struck out swinging once. Swings through the first pitch of the at-bat. And he gets down 0-1. Rada with the RBI double advances Zach Gray to third and Colt Wright all the way to home. He's safe at the plate and makes the game 4-2 for the Mavericks here in the 8th inning. Carson Johnson was out at home earlier in the inning. Mavericks finally bring one around. Increase their lead to 2 runs going into the top of the 9th. Louis Canjura will be looking to make it more at the plate. He's currently in a 1-1 count.
Thinks he's like in big leagues.
Called strike at the plate on the inside corner. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 on for the Mavericks. Bottom of the 8th. 4-2 score. Mavericks up to 6 hits now. And Canjura is going to be punched out for the 2nd time this game. He's 0 for 4. 2 groundouts for double plays and 2 strikeouts. We're going into the top of the 9th now. Mavericks lead 4-2 after getting one more run in the 8th inning. So what I did is like I click on this for 7-2. Four to 2 going into the top of the 9th, and Ryan Chanskowski is going to come out and close this one for the Mavericks.
We'd also like to thank Temple Fitness, locally owned and operated, offering private training, group classes, as well
Chanskowski is going to be called upon for the 6th time in relief this season. So far, through 5 appearances this year, Chanskowski has pitched 8 innings, giving up 9 hits and 4 runs.
Jonathan Cindy. Nope. KJ Lightsby. Ryan Chankowski.
So far through those 8 innings, 9 hits given up, 4 runs, 6 walks, and 3 strikeouts from Chanskowski. Chanskowski has a 1-0 record and a 3.50 ERA. Chanskowski is looking for his first save of the year, and if he gets 3 outs, he can get it against Lethbridge Bulls. It'll be the 3, 4, 5 hitters for the Bulls. Caleb Warden, Dylan Borman, and Dustin Braun. All 3 hitters are 1 for 3 this game. Caleb Warden hit a solo home run in the 4th inning. Top of the 9th inning now, Ryan Chanskowski on the mound. Junpei Akanuma goes through 8 innings strong, only giving up 2 runs to the Bulls on 6 hits and a walk. 3 strikeouts for Akanuma on 84 pitches. 6 hits, 1 walk, 2 runs in 8 innings for Akanuma. Chanskowski on the mound now, and Caleb Warden at the plate for the Bulls.
Are we doing last call for bar?
First pitch is in the dirt and gets behind right. Makes the count 1-0.
You know, the reason why is because he works so really hard. Like he's in practice so much.
1-1, called strike. And Warden's going to ground this one towards Radai at second. He'll make the grab and the throw. And Radai gets the out. 1 out now in the top of the 9th. And Dylan Borman will step up to the plate. He doubled and scored in the 2nd inning. He's 1 for 3. Called strike on the first pitch. Chanskowski gets ahead 0-1.
We still have a few, very limited few of the pink Girl Power Mavs jerseys. These are special edition, guys. Head on down to the souvenir shack and grab yours now.
0-1 to Dylan Borman. And it's 0-2, swinging strike.
He's had the best night for the Mavs.
Zach Grace 2 for 3, had an RBI double.
See you tomorrow, guys.
1-2 and a foul ball. One, 2. And another foul ball. Borman just gets a piece of that one and tips it off. Still 1-2 with 1 out here in the top of the 9th and nobody on for the Bulls. Dylan Borman at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes now, even count. 4th pitch is in the dirt. 4-2 lead for the Mavericks after they got a run in the 8th inning. And Borman's going to fly this one into short center field. Nolan Radai tracks back to it, makes the catch over his shoulder, and he gets the out. 2 outs now in the top of the 9th. Lethbridge down to their last batter. It's Dustin Braun.
Batting next for the Lethbridge Bulls, it is number 9, Dustin Braun.
Well, then if he actually hits and they miss, then the jinx is on me. And
You look bad.
he has to do this game.
Dustin Braun so far is 1 for 3 this game. He singled in the second inning, and he'll fly this one into right field. Jordan Dre will make the grab, and that is the end of the inning. Mavericks improved to 34-7 on the year and 5-0 against the Bulls. They will take on the Edmonton Prospects tomorrow twice here at Athletic Park. A makeup game in the 4th inning against the Prospects from Moreno last week, and then a full regular scheduled game at 7:05 tomorrow against the Prospects. We will be live streaming the second game at 7:05. The first game you'll be able to follow along on Point Streak. So tune in tomorrow, 7:05 local time, to watch the second game between the Prospects and the Mavericks. First game, follow along on Point Streak and Wimble.com. Mavericks win here tonight, 4-2. Akanuma gets the win and Chanskowski to save. Lethbridge drops to 19-24 on the season. Mavericks improve to 34-7. We'll see you again tomorrow evening. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great rest of your night.